Hey guys, what's up? It's Mo Brewster, also known as Miss ATL Doll with the Post Up News. You guys know you can follow me on IG at Miss ATL Doll. You can also follow me on the Post Up News. That's DAPOST Up News. And I am in the building with a very important guest tonight, Vigilante. What's up?
Very important guest. I like that. Thank you.
We gotta get the people what they came to see. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I
we
appreciate
important
that.
people.
Indeed.
So let's just jump into it. Let's talk about, a couple of things that you have going on, a couple of things you've been a part of. So I noticed when you said over your bio, you've been a part of Pitch Perfect 3, Greenleaf. What else you done did? Because you've been with everybody.
Yeah, the list would be, I would have to say everything that's been filmed in the past 3 years in Atlanta I've been a part of.
Okay.
Except for Black Panther. Because of scheduling. That's the only thing.
And
everything
how does
else.
that make you feel? No, I'm just kidding.
Not being a part of it, I didn't know it was going to be that big. I really didn't. Until it hit theaters, I didn't know.
Now, how do you get involved with these types of projects?
Phone call.
A phone call?
Yeah,
one,
phone.
just one?
Yeah, phone call.
Okay, so how can we get a phone call?
Like back from the people, or how can you make the call to them?
Okay, what do you do?
I do both.
Okay.
I've become a person in the industry where my phone rings for the opportunities and my phone rings out to give out the opportunities as well.
Okay. So are you working on anything now? I know you are. I mean, because, I've already had an interview with this guy. We did an interview actually together a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. And I came in on his interview, and he's like, hey, I want to do an interview with you. See, so now here we are. So tell me what I missed before I walked in. So what are you currently working on?
Well, it'd be easier if you told me, what did you hear when we were there?
Oh, we were talking about your alcohol, which you don't have.
No, I ain't got it with me
today. Okay, so we were talking about you basically expanding the Vigilante brand and getting involved in different things. We talked about your playing cards that you have. So I know those things, but they don't know those things.
Got you. Okay, so I have a playing cards deal with Your Own Deck, so you can get your face or your graphic on pack of playing cards or multiple packs. It depends on how many you want to purchase. And I have a tequila deal with Real Azul Tequila, and I'm also a partner of the company as well.
Okay, so when is this? Is the tequila already out, or is it just in the making with all the logos and all of that?
It's already out, but they have a strategic plan on the way that they want to market it.
Okay. I
am more so helping them develop and spread the marketing package that we're putting together for it. So I can't really say a little bit without giving away too much, because everything that they got planned is phenomenal.
Now, oftentimes we see a lot of people get involved with some projects just because people ask them to, you know. They don't know how it tastes. In your case, it would be a taste. Some people get involved with like fragrances. They don't know how to spell. They just go ahead and put their name on it.
Right.
And then they're like, oh my God, because I know with, well, never mind. I ain't going to say it because I don't want to get sued. But did you actually get a chance to partake in taste testing the tequila?
I'm going to tell you how the whole thing started. Okay, so I did an interview with Atlanta Music Television, and their sponsor is actually Real Azul Tequila, and they're all family. So the guy who was interviewing me, we actually have the same birthday. Oh. So we felt like it was like a mirror match, like we were just having a conversation with each other. So after that happened, I said, man, no matter what this tequila tastes like, I want to be on board. And if it don't taste up to par, we're going to get it up to par.
Right.
And if I don't like it, I'm going to just figure out something good to mix with it so that I do like it. So it was more of a family thing now, more of a family affair.
Now, you actually started out in music, right? And then you branched over into acting.
Yep.
So what was that like becoming almost, because now you're like a triple threat. You dance too?
No, I don't dance. I don't do no dancing.
Okay, so now you're like a triple threat anyway with the music, the acting, and being a brand ambassador and an entrepreneur. So a quadruple threat, actually.
Yeah.
So what was it like transitioning from the music to the film industry?
It was interesting. It's two different industries that both have two different politic games. And it's also, acting is an industry of, if you do what they want good enough, then they'll hire you. And music is an industry of if you do what you want good enough, you'll be hired everywhere. So I had to not bring my music mentality into acting, not bring my acting mentality with music. So I had to separate the two. That was the biggest thing for me.
Now, are most of your roles speaking roles or walk-on roles?
I say a mixture of both. I didn't start taking acting seriously until maybe like a few months ago.
Oh.
And I've been doing it for like 3 years.
How do you prepare for a role?
The same way that I write a verse.
Okay.
I listen to the blank instrumental and I go, somebody that I'm a fan of, how would they do this? And then I do it like that. So the same way for a role.
It's something funny to me, and I always share this. It's so you have people that have those small roles, right? Like they may be a waitress, and I really wonder how they think when they have to say, will there be anything else? Like, I wonder, do they stand in the mirror a couple of times and be like, how am I going to say, will there be anything else? Will there be anything else? Like, it's just the smallest role, but you never know who's going to see you.
It's just different kind of actors. It's people who embody their thing, and it's people who go on set and be like, listen, what I got to do? That's it? I bet. I done seen all of it. From the most nonchalant person that's like, man, when are we leaving? To the person that's like, yo, I got one line, I'm about to study it, I got 80 different ways to say it, how do you like it? Like, I done seen both of them.
Are you currently working on any new music?
Any new music? I actually have all of my music done already, and I'll be dropping my album in 2020 Vision.
2020 Vision, okay. So will you be dropping any samples in 2019, any teasers to get the people ready, or?
I just did my first anime film about 2 days ago. And I hit the director/writer with some of my music that will be dropping in 2020. So if she decides, because the project is dropping in 2019, the anime. So if she decides to put some in there, then that's when you guys will hear it.
What was that like for you? Are you a cartoon?
Yeah, I'm a cartoon.
Because I saw you say you were doing a voiceover.
Yep.
So what was that like for you?
It was amazing. I haven't been in the studio in almost a year, maybe a year and a half. So for me to get back into the studio, that was amazing. My girlfriend, actually, she has the other lead role in the thing as well, so we both the leads of this. So getting her in the studio for the first time, that was amazing.
Seeing yourself as a cartoon, what does that feel like?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. The editor is doing it like next month.
Yeah, I have a cartoon.
You do?
I do. Thanks to iPhone, I do have a cartoon.
Okay.
I do have my little animation, and it's almost like you get to hide behind another face. You know what I mean?
Is it a Snapchat filter?
It's not a Snapchat filter. It's actually a program on the phones.
What's it called?
I don't know what that thing called, but my cartoon is Pretty Doll, and Pretty Doll pretty much says whatever she wants to say.
Like no filter?
she wants. No, she doesn't cuss, obviously, because she's a cartoon.
Gotcha.
She might cuss though.
Okay.
I might have slipped up a couple of times.
Okay, so it's not like South Park. It's like Rugrats.
It's not like it's a mixture.
Okay.
It's like Rugrats at South Park.
Got you.
So, do you have kids?
No kids. No.
Okay, so I can't ask you how do you feel about your music and the kids, but I'm assuming that one day you may want to have kids.
I definitely do. I
so
want to.
When it comes to taking on roles and projects and music, do you think about your future kids and what they may have to think about?
Every step of the way. My mom just became a financial advisor this year. And the stuff that she has taught me this year has pretty much set me for. So now I wish I would have been able to get this information a while ago. And I know how other ethnicities do it now. Because of what she's taught me recently. So I got to teach my kids that at a young age too, so that they can be well off as well.
When it comes to leaving a legacy, what is something that you would want people to remember about you and your character? Like, not your cartoon character, but your actual character.
My actual character. I just want people to say that he was always down to earth. He never hung his nose up at anybody, no matter what platform, no matter what person, no matter what situation, circumstance, anything. He always did for everybody instead of asked for stuff to be done for him. And he was very talented, and he was a hard worker.
what advice would you give people that, there are some people, because you're young.
24.
Yep, you're a baby. You're still young, So what kind of advice would you give to people your age and people coming up, maybe even some older people, about breaking into the industry?
Erase everything that you feel like you know. 9 times out of 10, you wrong. It's a lot of he say, she say, well, I heard, well, they said, There's too much of that going around. And it's not enough of I seen, I saw, I was there when. So I would say definitely change that up. That's number 1. Number 2, remember what you're in it for. What is your goal? Because that's actually going to keep you, level and actually keep you on the right path when you have a goal. If you just out there freelancing, then you won't have a problem quitting. So I would say those 2 things are like the 2 biggest things.
Is there anyone you want to work with that you may not have already worked with yet?
In music or acting or anything?
Either.
I mean, right now we filming Bad Boys 3 with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. So after that, probably just Denzel is left, and that's really it. I don't really have an acting list. I don't have a music list either. I just take whatever comes my way. I'm more excited to work with everybody so that I can figure out how they are as people. Absolutely. Versus how they are on screen. So the positive energy that Will Smith gives to everybody is something that I want to mimic as well.
So is he, because that was going to be my next question, do you have anybody that has inspired you?
As far as music and acting, anybody?
It sounds like you're looking up to Will right now.
Yeah, Will, that's a big one. When I used to watch 106 in Park, and I used to watch Trevor Jackson and Mike Shine and all the other R&B singers, and I come to Atlanta and I meet them, and now we cool and stuff like that. That inspired me to stay consistent, because once you become a celebrity, you stay a celebrity as long as you brand yourself correctly. So I'm just happy that I'm a part of the circuit now. At one point I was watching from the couch, and now I'm here.
So before we get out of here, what is something that you want to tell people about your journey? You mentioned being consistent. What's something else you want them to keep in mind?
I want everybody to know that everything that you've seen me do in the past 3 years has been with no talent agency. And everything that you've seen me do in music has been with no record label. So I want everybody to appreciate the work and to give me honest feedback, and to also know that there's always going to be a tomorrow for me.
So you've been doing all of these things with no agency, but you did just recently sign with the agency, right?
Yep.
What made you go that route?
That's what I always wanted. It was never a thing of I'm going to do this without an agency. It was just the fact that it happened like that. So, and same thing with the label. I want to go to Interscope. I want to go to Universal. What I have to offer is too big for me to continue to do trial and error for the rest of my career. And I'd rather have some type of structure to show me the right way.
Okay. So why don't you tell everybody where they can find more about you, your projects, and just everything Vigilante, the alcohol, tequila, cars, all that.
All of it. At Vigilante, LOM, VIGILANTELOM on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. Vigilante Visuals on YouTube. Vigilante Vivo on Vivo. That's how we do it everywhere.
And you guys know who it is. It's your girl, Mo Brewster. So hard to say.
You got it.
It's your girl, Mo Brewster, with the Post Up News. You can find me on IG at Miss A Sales Doll. You can also follow me on the Post Up News. That's DAPOST Up News.